This video is a little different than my normal review videos, but as always there will be a flashlight review and the outdoor testing, but I decided to bring you along on the process today as I look for a long throw flashlight. So here we go. Oh wait. One more thing. My channel is teeny tiny and it's so encouraging whenever a new person subscribes to my dorky little channel, so if you could find it in the goodness of your heart to give me a charitable follow, that would be encouraging. Now, off we go. Well, Walmart said this light was in stock and ready to purchase at this store. Apparently not, but they also say they have it in stock and ready to go at another Walmart store in a neighboring town, so off we go. Well, they said it was here, but nope. They do show it in stock in yet another store, so here we go again. So now we have the KODIAK branded nearly a mile of usable light, or up to a mile beam flashlight, depending on where you read. If you've watched my previous reviews, I will tell you that KODIAK is actually a rebranded Lights All flashlight. KODIAK is a line within the Lights All brand, so a lot of you flashlight enthusiasts will likely know what to expect now. This light is advertised as a 1,000 lumen and nearly a mile of throw light. Some stats claim it has a 5,000 milliamp hour 26650 battery. The Lights All website claims it's a 4,000 milliamp hour 26650 battery. Not sure what's going on there. The light utilizes a micro USB charging port, so yuck, man. Now Lights All does claim the actual beam distance to be 4,921 feet. Now that equates to about 93% of a mile, which is 5,280 feet. Lights All also claims that it is usable light at that distance. Now this is a very hefty claim, of course, but then again, when you look at Walmart on their online website, they've got $15 flashlights now claiming 150,000 lumens of output. If you've looked at the packaging, you may have noticed some red flags straight away with this light. The light is marketed as a 1 mile throw light, but there are a lot of stats and information which are omitted. It gives a lumen rating of 1,000, but no candela rating whatsoever. And if you don't know, that's the stat component that's related to the distance. I searched and searched for this information and could not discover it listed anywhere. Then I actually contacted Lights All directly more than once, and I was unable to get this very pertinent piece of information. In the end, Lights All did not know the candela, nor did they know the solid angle of the light source, which, if you don't know, that's the component factor you need to deduce the candela from their alleged lumen rating. Nor did they know which LED chip they had utilized in this light. So let's discuss the quality. As far as quality is concerned, the light is nowhere near an Olight, a Phoenix, a Nightcore. It's not even on par with, say, a Sofern or a Workhorse. I would place it somewhere near the ES GoFo type of brand that you find on Amazon. If you are familiar with the Lights All, it is merely a KODIAK branded Lights All flashlight. Now let's discuss the form factor. This is the typical low-end light form factor. It has a telescopic bubble head with a low-functioning switch. It's not as lightweight as some of the lights I've tested, but it is not a high or even a moderately high quality light. The micro USB charging is just the icing on the cake for this particular light, and it really underscores the cheapness of the manufacturer. The light weighs just over 13 ounces. That's with the battery and the magnetic piece on the tail, which I would say the magnet is decent. Certainly not great, but it will hold the light if you're careful with it. It's not a super strong magnet. If it's windy or wet, for instance, I think you're going to have issues. If you bump it, it's going to fall. But it is there. It's decent. The light's a little less than 8 inches long. That's with the telescopic head collapsed. The diameter of the handle is a little larger than the size of a quarter. Okay, so we move on to the outdoor testing, and the telescoping head of this light is very grabby. So when I try to extend or collapse the head, it isn't smooth. It catches and grabs, causing the output to jump from very small to wide open. When collapsed, the 100-foot tree is visible, although even at 100 foot, the light needs to already be partially extended for the best performance, and that's not a good sign for a light that's supposed to be usable to 5,000 feet. Now, at 200 feet, the light is not usable unless the head is extended, but the light is so grabby and jerky when trying to extend the head that it's very difficult to get the light focused to encompass the actual area of the tree. But it will work at 200 feet and light up the tree if you can finesse the head just right. Now, when you reach out to trees that are 300 feet and you adjust the light to the size of the canopy, the light is noticeably dimmer. The light is very hard to adjust to the right size. The telescopic head adjustment is just not smooth at all. But it does dimly light the canopies of the trees. You know, you're gonna get the light at 100 feet, 200 feet, and then I'd say out to 400 feet, it's a lot dimmer at 400 feet. But I would consider that this is a usable light in all three of the distances. Okay, so the distance here to the white fence and the trees by it is approximately 550 to 600 feet, not yards, but feet. And this light on its farthest setting, that is with the light and the telescopic head fully extended, it does put usable light on the target. And it is a usable size beam, and it is bright enough to see. Now for the last and the longest distance test, we're going to switch from feet to yards. And here is a photo that illustrates the distances of the trees down this tree line. And there is a very distinct clump of trees which are clearly visible in the daytime at 700 yards. And of course the tree line continues back down to 100 yards or a little less at the closest point from where we will be standing. And we used a loopholed rangefinder to verify and re-verify the distances. I should also note that there are reflective signs, some along the way, but there's also a cluster of reflective signs at the 700-yard distance as well. So as you watch here, the light does not put usable light at 700 yards. The reflections are dim but visible from the signs and such which are present at the 700-yard distance, but the light is not putting usable light out at 700 yards, and that is nowhere near the 1 mile claim. As we test this, you'll notice how the light is almost never at the right beam size when it shined across items of varied distances. And this is incredibly annoying, and coupled with the jerky and grabby adjustment of the telescopic head on the light, it makes it incredibly difficult to light up an area in which you may have an interest in seeing something. I rarely return a flashlight, and especially at this price point. But this light has annoyed me so much between the conflicting information about the battery, the ridiculous trouble with the adjustments, and the lack of reasonable information from the manufacturer and also from their representatives. I am returning this light to Walmart. There are so many better options for $40 these days. You can get a decent light from any number of reputable manufacturers online at this price point, especially if you watch for sales and coupon codes. So with that being said, this light will not be used in any further testing or comparison videos. I would definitely not recommend this light. If you do like flashlights and lanterns and outdoor things, again, I would ask you to hit the subscribe button to the channel. Wouldn't necessarily hit the notification button. I do put out a lot of shorts. Usually they're just comedic shorts or trivia type shorts. But anyway, hopefully we will see you on the next one. Cheers.